today. Welcome to the channel. I'm the self-proclaimed Blue Dragon, and wow, we're already at the end of February. I guess February is a short month, but yeah, we're already at the end of February, and it's time for the monthly Q&A. Now, in the background, I'm working on some character designs for two new characters who are going to be in Dark Horse a little bit later on. I'll get into that in another video. I want to actually talk about them and kind of explore their backgrounds and all that. But for now, I'm just kind of trying to hammer out the character design. I'm trying to shake up the way I design characters and make them look a little different, because I kind of had same face syndrome there for quite a while, especially with like Rina and Kana. I've tried to like kind of stylize them away from each other since, you know, back when I first started the comic. But that's what's going on in the background. Let's go ahead and jump right into the questions. I have quite a few, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to every question this month because I don't want the video to be as long as it was last time. But let's start off with some questions. These are all Dark Horse related. My free Not Safe for Work webcomic, links down in the description. First one, will there be more short stories for Dark Horse? And they were talking about, because over on Comic Fury, I had posted the submission to the Not Safe for Work Comic Fury zine. That's also going to be posting on Tapas sometime soon. But it was just a little 5-page story about Keisuma, you know, shortly after she had just awoken. And it's not even canonical because, like, none of the things going on in it would probably have been going on in a post-apocalyptic world. Like, she's painting the town red and all that, but there might be. I actually have some ideas for a couple short stories. I wanted to do just a little side story about Shimiko's background at some point. While I am going to eventually reveal Keisuma's backstory, it's not going to be like very in-depth, so I might do a little spin-off at some point, just a short one-shot when I actually have time. And when the time comes, because I don't want to do anything with that until after the story has been published and online and, you know, available for people, because it's going to have a ton of spoilers, obviously, because we're going to finally learn about Keisuma. But yeah, I do have a handful, and I'll probably, I don't know, I try not to submit too much to the Comic Fury zine unless we need, you know, more comics. But we've kind of gotten, like, aside from like one winter zine, we've kind of gotten quite a few submissions, so I might not even need to, like, throw my hat in the ring. That was just me kind of, I wanted to do it anyway, but I really might not be doing that unless I have, you know, space that needs to be filled in the Comic Fury zine. The short answer is yes, I'll probably do more of those at some point, but I don't have, like, a timetable for that or anything. Oh no! Okay, this is the next question. When does the next chapter of Dark Horse begin on Comic Fury? And I'm so sorry to say, I'm not sure yet. We're still on hiatus there. I'm still working on finishing up Act 9 of the revamp, and I've still got a lot going on in my personal life, so I'm not going to be juggling 2 comics at the same time, or 2 chapters at the same time. So I will probably be able to work on it this year. That's like oh my god, that's like an awful thing to say. I will work on the next chapter this year. In fact, that's why I'm working on these character designs in the background, because I'm rewriting the act that I had, and I haven't had time to focus on it, but I had like all these cool ideas of like where the USSO is now hiding since Keisuma's pushed them down to California, and people are aware of the fair folk and stuff like that. So I got like a lot of cool ideas, and it's going to take a lot of work because I'm going, like, I guess this isn't a little bit of a spoiler, but not really. There's going to be like a tree house village thing going on because I love tree houses. I mean, you know, you can shit on the Ewoks all you like, but they were fucking awesome. I'm sorry. A little bit fluffy, a harbinger of what was to come when the prequels came out with all this silliness for kids, but I still love the Ewok village. We used to have like a little playset that my sister and I used to have to share, and we would play together with that. Before I work on the act, I'm working on the setting and the world building, because I need to do a little bit more research on how I want things to be set up in the tree houses. And I'm also working on like some new characters and, like I said earlier, improving my character design. These two in the background I'm really excited for because it's paying homage to some of my favorite stuff. And I'll talk about that in another video because I want to save, I want to give them their own screen time. So let's move along to the next question. I'm sorry I didn't have a good answer for that. Okay, so along those lines, when do we get fairies? That's the next question. Oh my god. I know, I'm excited for the fairies too. I love fairies.
Wait, can't you see that Paul's a Maine? What's her name? Virginia Plain.
I've talked about Brian Froud in some of my videos in the past, but I just love like fairies and magic and stuff like that ever since I was a little kid. So yes, there are going to be fae folk obviously in Dark Horse, and for those of you who are reading on Comic Fury, some of them are actually going to be in the next chapter. Again, I gotta work on character design. Right now I'm hammering out some of the human designs, but yes, I am going to have some fairies in there. So we're going to finally meet some of them outside of, like, the ones that we've kind of seen, because demons are technically fairies. Demons with the Greek A and E pushed together, those are fairies. Other demons with just an E is a different type of being entirely. So yes, we get fairies next chapter, but I don't know when that is. So wow, can I just go short with these answers? No. The next question was, how did you do the effect on page 17 of Time Warp? So let me go ahead and show that page. It's actually really simple. So I was trying to do a glass breaking effect, and a lot of times if I don't know how to do something, I will Google it on YouTube so that I can watch a tutorial of someone walking through showing you how to do it. So I found one. But what they were doing was they were doing like this cool reflective thing where it broke, which is way cooler than what I've done in this. When I get around to editing the pages, I might do that, where the face was actually fractured. But because of time constraints, all I did was they had a free downloadable broken glass plate in that tutorial that was, royalty free to use however you want. Probably free to use specifically with that tutorial. But what I did was I heightened the contrast of that original image, and then I selected the individual plates, the white, because initially I was going to try to just change the opacity and overlay it, but then you couldn't, it looked too foggy and it wasn't like the effect I wanted. So what I did was I individually selected with the magic wand tool contiguous, just the individual plates, and I deleted those and left behind the highly contrasted glass plate breakage, and then I placed it where I wanted to over Kana. So nothing like really complex, nothing that isn't, easy to follow along and do. And if I can find where that tutorial is, I'll go ahead and put it down in the description. I'll probably be able to find it. I'll even link it in the iCard if I find it. Okay, we've got 2 more questions to answer. The last one's going to be kind of a joke question. The next one is, are you going to upload your web shorts to Tapas? Now, at the time, I hadn't yet, but I already have those scheduled to be posting the day that I'm recording this. I'm actually recording this on February 9th. So yes, I'm starting to upload the web shorts onto Tapas, and I decided rather than just creating a whole new account and splitting everything up and expecting people to go over and sub, that I would just have those in between chapters. So this first one is going to be a whole slew of webcomics, old ones, or web shorts, yonkoma in other words. Although some of them are nikomas, because there's only 2. I don't know if, I think ni doesn't change. I think it's like, anyway, I'm probably saying the counter wrong, because in Japanese, the number counting has, like, counters on them, and so the word changes the sound with whatever the thing being counted is, but I digress. Yeah, I've got those. I got a whole bunch of them, including some old ones posting, and you can tell they're old because they're very poorly drawn and very poorly colored, but I have those posting. And then anything that is not relating to things that have happened that aren't posted yet with the revamp, I'm saving those for in between comic chapters also. So yes, the short answer is yes, and the long answer was what I said. And so the last question, we're going to wrap this up. It's not going to be too long of a video this time. Like I said, I have a couple extra questions that I'm going to save for next time. And a joke question. What if I'm not a groovy person? You know what? You're groovy to me. That's what. You're groovy to me. Y'all are groovy people, so you will find your groove somewhere. Okay, that's all for this month. It's been a pleasure. I really had a good time with videos this month, other than like a bunch of technical crap on my end, but I had fun making these videos. I look forward to next month's videos. I'm trying to get my buffer up again since I'm leaving in mid-March sometime to go back to my parents, and so we'll see what's happening. I'm looking forward to making up next month's videos. I have so many topics to cover. I have so much stuff to talk about. If y'all have any suggestions or want me to talk about anything, you're always welcome to give me a suggestion below, but otherwise I'll just keep chugging along with what I'm doing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Peace and love. Fare you well. And keep on trucking.